Deep within the elemental plane of fire lies the city of Brass, an interplanar stronghold of trade and prosperity in a land of fire, blood, and death. The city of Brass is ruled by a single sultan, who demands total loyalty. While royal fire does not course through your body, you are nevertheless proud to protect a treasure even more fabled than the city of Brass, the Inferno Vault. Some inhabitants know the story of the Inferno Vault, namely that it contains vast storages of coin and wealth that are larger in size than the material plane, hidden away in a demi-plane that is almost impossible to reach. The vault is guarded by thousands of protective wards and several 100,000 Efreet. Who could be so foolish as to try to steal from it?
Intruders have penetrated the outer vault walls. To arms, brethren!
At last, a chance for some excitement. Your lower body turns to ash and embers as you adopt your flight form and soar through the halls. You hear yelling and explosions ahead. There's an endless supply of small guardians in the vault that charge trespassers, only to explode in an inferno. Down the hallway you see them, a group of 4, magic armor-clad adventurers escorting a large group of prisoners through the defenses. They seem undeterred by the exploding guardians, so you drop down and, as quietly as you can, summon a fire elemental. The two of you won't be enough to stop this group, but there are plenty of reinforcements converging on your position. All you have to do is buy time. With your elemental summon, you charge down the hallway, hurling fire at prisoners that die on impact. Their deaths are insignificant. They will be replaced after the next raid.
Lyra and Halphys, put them down while I try to figure a way out of here.
A heavily armed fighter and what looks like a druid separate from the adventurers, strafing you and your elemental at range as you try to close the gap. You take a mental note to curb your enthusiasm. Next time, your fire elemental suddenly evaporates as you are struck hard with a sword, losing your concentration to keep your ally in the fight. You try to go invisible and the wizard counterspells you in the nick of time. It is clear your death is nigh. On your last breath,
You may have defeated me,
but you point behind you where you hear the sound of many Efreet closing in.
but you will never survive.
Run! Welcome back to a Compendium of Monsters. This week's entry, the Efreeti. Before we continue, please make sure you've subscribed to my channel. It helps me out a lot. Efreet are a challenge level 11, large-sized elemental. They have an armor class of 17, average hit points of 200, a speed of 40 feet, and a flying speed of 60 feet. Efreet have dark vision out to 120 feet and are immune to fire damage. Efreet have 2 abilities: Elemental Demise and Innate Spellcasting. With Elemental Demise, an Efreeti that takes fatal damage simply disintegrates into a flash of fire and a puff of smoke, leaving only its equipment and clothes behind. An Efreeti can use its Innate Spellcasting to cast a variety of different spells with quantity limitation, though the spells do not require material components. Detect Magic, Enlarge or Reduce, Tongues, Conjure Elemental, though it must be a fire elemental, perhaps obviously, Gaseous Form, Invisibility, Major Image, Plane Shift, and Wall of Fire. Some Efreet have the ability to cast the Wish spell, though the wish is affected by the Efreeti's lawful evil alignment. Also, know that a genie who grants a mortal a wish cannot do so again for the remainder of that mortal's lifetime. Be careful for what you wish. Efreet have a basic multi-attack where they either slash you twice with a sword that deals additional fire damage, or they can throw fireballs at you from up to 120 feet away. This fireball deals about as much damage as the sword attacks, so you're neither safe in melee nor at range. However, there are 2 reasons I recommend you attack an Efreeti at range. First, any Efreeti worth its salt will summon a fire elemental if it senses combat on the horizon. Second, the Efreeti has a 30% lower chance to hit when it hurls fireballs than when it uses its sword. You can find Efreet predominantly on the elemental plane of fire, an intensely hot, dry, inhospitable volcanic region where few things grow and plenty of things die. Efreet are often deceptive, cunning, and try to be cruel to the point of ruthlessness. Efreet are reputable slavers and enjoy promoting their cruelest slaves to the position of overseer. It's very hypocritical, as Efreet absolutely hate being forced into servitude by other beings, despite literally raiding other realms for slaves. If you manage to enslave one, it will wait until an opportunity arises to overthrow you and then vengefully pursue you until one of you dies. In addition to slavery, Efreet are well known for their elaborate dress. Not as flashy as the Dao, who literally wear all manner of gemstone clothing, though Efreet dress in fine silk caftans and damask robes. Efreet have many basalt and obsidian outposts stationed throughout the elemental plane of fire, but the main attraction of the plane is the fabled City of Brass. The City of Brass is the epicenter of Efreet culture, and they are ruled by a sultan. It is rumored that Efreet trade with the devils of the 9 hells through portals hidden from prying eyes. The last thing you should know is the City of Brass has a vault so rich that you could retire for thousands of mortal lifetimes if you stole but a fraction of it. It is guarded with hundreds, if not thousands, of protection spells, and the Sultan of the City of Brass spares no expense for it. But if my players succeeded on a heist, at least Barakas couldn't say he's poor anymore.
Hey, Barakas is very poor.
In addition to living on the elemental plane of fire, Efreet will occasionally live in very hot deserts. This brings them into conflict with the Jinn, as the elemental air creatures often ride desert winds. Efreet are true enemies with Marids. Why Marids specifically? Fire hates water, though it's also likely that they find each other's arrogance completely insufferable. Weird, considering that's every genie's complaint about other genies, but maybe we're all righteous in our own minds.
That bumbling band of adventurers encountered an Efreeti in the Tomb of Horrors, where Asarak enslaved this one inside a stopped urn. Upon this one's release, the band of buffoons were granted wishes 3. The first wish was for a turtle, and the tiefling received a murderous turtle to boot, yet he killed it when it nibbled him. Such disrespect this Efreeti has not suffered in ages. The second wish was for the tiefling to change many colors, and that he did. For a time. The last wish was for information about the tomb of the 9 gods. Thus it was shared. Trust not the snakes that dwell outside the tomb. They seek only to hasten your doom. The soulmonger you seek, you will find it deep. Guarded by 1, tended by 3.
Anyways, what do you all think of Efreet? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. I'll see you all next time.